What's up, y'all? Wanted to give a little update, little snafu on why there is no episode 6. We had an episode 6. It was really cool. It was really fun. But I forgot to have my mic on. So we have all the audio of the rest of the cast, but no explanations for what's going on. If we ever get to a point where we need to, I can go back and record over it and try and piece it all together. But we had a pretty good explanation to start off this next episode, so it should kind of give you at least a little bit of an idea. But we did kind of continue the It Ascendant story that they found themselves on this ship, and the big thing was Vom had a magic item or a relic of his homeworld that he basically gave away to these little creatures, these little gnomish mind flayers, and he gave it to them to help get them out of Icewind Dale, with the understanding that he believes that they will come back to bring him home to Mirrodin. We'll have to see what happens with that. Perren found a few items in there. Poor Q found a laser rifle and could not figure out how to make it work, try as he might. And Rinaldi and Louis were a big part of the recon crew with helping find out what was going on before they found themselves in the midst of all of these mind flayers and whatnot. So we find ourselves starting this adventure today, just after the ship has taken off, and our adventurers are standing in the cold, watching the ship fly off into space. Hope you enjoy it. I don't say a lot, but if you're enjoying or watching this show at all, hit that like button, hit subscribe. It helps out a lot. And enjoy.
Come through this time?
Oh, it's looking like it. Maybe not. I don't know if it's gonna pop up on Roll20, but I see it on. Oh, there it is. That's the 2. That's what we're looking for. All right.
Sorry, it bugged out. Let me roll again.
Oh, weird. Yeah, I don't know.
That was really strange. There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. All right, my roll went through this time. It's on roll 20.
Oh, you bastard. Mark, are you gonna accept that?
I'm not gonna accept that.
Mark, dude, quit being a bitch.
All right.
Dude.
So, Perren, tell us what happened last time.
So last time we came across a mutant man and some squidlings, that seemed harmless and scared, but we also had just gotten through a fight and we're, I don't know, we were like just in combative mode. And I singed one while everyone fought the ogre-looking thing and made it cry. And then a gurgly squid man came out and stopped everything and healed some of us and took us upstairs, I guess, is if the squid has layers, and didn't really want to answer us on how it was a ship or not. And then we met with a leader of theirs, and them and Vom had like a powwow of sorts and made a deal to get Vom back home, which, just seems like a bitch move, because he didn't want to talk about he didn't want to talk about the story. He's making me talk about the story. But it makes sense. I understand. I'm not home either, so I get that. And it sounds like there's like a parallel dimension universe type thing, which just makes it really hard to get home, I guess. And then I stole some glasses that make you see things, and that's all I remember. So
Yeah, and as we, that's pretty comprehensive. The Nautiloid and the squidlings that were inside it, these gnomish mind flayers that were trying to get home, were very desperate for help. And Vom actually gave one of his little artifacts that he had brought with him to help get them on the road, because it was reflective and refractive and able to give them enough juice to get out. So he gave up something of his, and we left the party watching this nautiloid squid ship lift off from the snow, shaking off big chunks, and you all kind of watched as big crunching sounds of thick snow fell to the ground, and the ship took off into the dark night sky. And for a moment, we all found ourselves standing in a little bit of silence as the sound of the ship went away. The howl of the wind was, bracing against you. You felt the cold. And while these mind flayer, gnomish squid people were not necessarily kind by nature, they were someone new that you met, and they actually were not unkind to you, which is relatively unusual in the Dale. So, as we take the moment and these new friends of yours are gone, it is in that sudden moment that there is an almost explosion of sound as this massive, large, lizard-like creature erupts from a snowbank along the side of where this nautiloid was. And you all barely have time to look and turn around before you see this massive lizard creature. This massive lizard creature barreling towards you.
Did we lose her?
Is Morgan okay?
She's probably just having
Connection issue.
Let me see. We're good though. We can continue.
All right. It is barreling towards you, and you all see it is probably the size of like a prized hog. It's huge. It has a dome, bullet-like dome, and in that moment, just as you all turn around to see it, it leaps, and it seems to have Perren locked down in its sights. And as this massive being comes crashing into Perren, all of you standing next to him need to make a dexterity save.
Can I try and do the get down, Mr. President move?
You can try, but I'd say it's still going to be a dexterity roll, like an acrobatics roll. And if you fail this, you're going to be right in the middle of whatever's about to happen next.
Yep.
I am actually having technical difficulties, and I can't see if I am next to Perren. Do I need a roll?
Yes, you should roll.
You said dexterity.
Yes, please. That's, yeah, you're a ninja. Vom is less of a ninja. So Vom, you see this creature basically running towards you full sprint, this gigantic lizard creature. And it looks dead set to destroy you in one leap. It's the size of like a wild boar. Like a huge wild boar, like the kind they catch in Arkansas.
Okay.
And in that moment, everything goes black.
Okay.
And you notice that you very much notice that you feel warm, which you have not felt in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens now is you hear a voice in the back of your head. Almost in like a presence in the base of your neck. And a warm feeling not just around you, but inside of you.
Okay.
And a voice comes to you saying, "That was very close."
One there. Hello?
Yes, I'm right here. And you feel a very unsettling feeling in your, like, deep inside you, physically and emotionally.
Oh, God, this is really uncomfortable. I'm hearing things. I've blacked out. I don't know where anyone is.
Well,
I feel like
let's just say I have a vested interest in your well-being.
Wait, so this isn't my voice.
No,
Who are you?
I don't have a name yet. What would you like to call me something?
I mean, shouldn't you, like, identify as you want to identify? What'd your parents call you?
What do you call me?
Am I your dad? Because I know for a fact I couldn't have had any kids lately.
Of sorts.
Great. Okay. All right. Ronald.
Unusual name.
Well,
I
it's
can...
unusual to have a voice in your head, so
Fair.
consider us even.
Fair enough. Let's just say that you are helping me, and as we go forward, I will help you.
Okay. Well, am I gonna blow up again?
Only if we need to.
Oh, this isn't good. Can we? Can I, not blow up and do what I've been trying to do for a while now, which is sort of get a handle on all this, you know?
You're progressing well, and I believe that you have many more things ahead of you that will help you grow more and more powerful.
Okay. Great. I'm also totally frightened. But I don't really seem to have a choice, do I?
Not quite, but I'm sure that there are ways that I can be alleviated of your service.
My service to you? I don't like this. Wait a minute. This changes things, Ronald. Hold on. Listen. I'm here, verifiable by anyone around me. As far as anyone else is concerned, you're just a voice in my head.
And in that moment, you while you're still blacked out, you have this bit of an out-of-body experience, almost seeing yourself from, the outside, and you see the flames surrounding you, and then you see the flames coming back inside of you, and you can see the fire inside, and you see the fire start to coalesce into the shape of something that you can't quite make out yet.
Gotcha.
But it is right underneath where that scar that you now have is.
Oh. Wait a minute. That's not okay. I don't like that. All right. Okay. I gotta get this figured out. This isn't. So have I come back too? So basically, I take it as what happened in this instance was like creature, near death, self-defense, fire explosion, but in slow-mo. Like, I'm blacked out, but as far as I can tell, it's like super slow-mo, right? Like, I just had this entire
You have had this entire moment happen for you.
Gotcha.
In the blink of an eye, basically. And
right.
And unless you have anything else you'd like to say to your new friend Ronald at this time, as you say this is not okay, you do feel that warm feeling just start to fall back. It's still there.
Is it diffuse? Is it like everywhere, or is it?
It was all around you.
Okay.
And where you are, and after he said that there was after you said there was no way that anyone else could know that he was there, he sort of, you feel the heat to kind of center back into like your abdomen.
Myself. Okay.
And that's when you come to. And Vom, you are going to take, where's my dice rolling channel? .26 fire damage. And the rest of you...
How does death work?
We'll get back to that.
Sheesh.
So you're down, it would appear. A little bit. But Rinaldi and Q, you actually only each take 10 because you see this coming and you're on the edge of it. So you both take 10 fire damage.
About how death works. Even with my dex save.
Yep. Morgan's not dead, right? That didn't kill everyone, right?
Okay, sorry. Okay.
You good now? Or
Maybe. Struggling. No. Do I need to do anything right now? I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm trying to keep this from...
I've got your character sheet up, and so I'll kind of keep track of it. But you took some fire damage as Perren basically just exploded.
Okay.
So in that moment, Rinaldi, you are actually the only person now who is conscious in this exact
Sweet.
moment.
Okay.
You look over and you see a charred corpse over where Perren is. And you see Vom laying next to it, smoldering, but seemingly breathing.
Okay.
As well as Q.
I would very much like to look around and see if there are any animals or like polar bears that I might possibly be able to tame in order to get my friends out of here.
Well, you all have your axe beaks as well. They're
we do.
You have them.
Okay, I would like to try to escape with my friends at this time.
Would you like to try and perform any sort of triage? Is it looks like they are on unsavory circumstances.
Yeah. So
I'd say you can. I'd say from what you're looking, you feel like you could stabilize them. Looking at it right now,
okay.
like with like bandages and stuff that you've got in your kit, you can probably stabilize them as is.
Okay. I would like to try and do that. I have.
You can roll me a medicine check if you'd like.
Yeah. Okay. I would like.
That actually puts who are you checking out first?
I would like to check out Vom.
You manage to. You see he's pretty badly burned on one side, but you're able to pack in some snow and kind of bandage him up, and he kind of gasps back to life. And actually, in that same moment, you hear this crunching sound as this charred corpse where Perren was flips over, and Perren pops up from underneath it.
Victorious. Okay.
Okay.
This is great timing.
That was so good.
Stop this.
No, you're good. The timing of that victory was incredible.
Okay. What about my pal Brop? What about Q?
Yep. Why don't you roll another medicine check?
Okay.
Yep. You do the same thing, and Q.
No. I want to give him mouth to mouth first.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now is
I
he
can
breathing?
only be saved by True Love's kiss.
Yeah.
Wow.
Someone's
Oh,
been
yeah.
watching Shrek.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Q, you come back, and she's giving you mouth to mouth. Like, that, and, like, that is currently what's happening.
That heals me for more, right?
You're at 1.
I'm at 2.
Sure.
Oh, oops. I accidentally hit 2.
Yep,
That was my fault.
you're at 2.
Accidentally.
Okay, so you all are alive for the most part now. And why don't Rinaldi, why don't you roll me a actually, let's say Rinaldi and Vom, both of you roll me perception checks. Q is a little distracted, I think, right now.
Heck yeah, he is.
Got the goo goo eyes.
Boy, you better.
Goo goo eye syndrome.
Yeah, Rinaldi, you're a little preoccupied too. I think she's frozen again, but we'll sort
He's
that.
frozen, yeah.
Yeah. We back?
I'll be back in a second. I
All
have
right.
to log back into everything every single time.
Oh no, you're good. But yeah, so Vom, you notice that Perren is totally untouched.
I feel so untouched.
That was an iTunes free download.
That wasn't iTunes. It was a good song though.
Yeah, wow.
By the Veronicas.
Wow, that is a deep cut.
That is a deep cut. I'm gonna add that to my queue so I remember to listen to that later.
It's a really good song.
It's a good song.
Okay. I'm back.
At
Sorry.
the library.
Mark, I just saw your message of what you were trying to check.
I was really worried.
It's okay. I mean, I went and double checked Rinaldi's health just in case if she got caught in the full blast of it, and she'd have been at 1. She'd have been fine.
Oh,
Over here. Okay.
You're there.
Sweet.
I look at Perren. Friend, how are you unscathed?
To be honest, I have no idea. I genuinely don't know. This has happened a few times with increasing frequency.
What do you,
And
do,
I
what do you
mean,
mean this?
well, I mean, I blacked out, so I don't know. But it,
You just spontaneously combust?
it would appear so based on the floor and everything around us, which is typical from when I come back to. So,
Hey, Perren. It's a pretty cool secret to keep from a group that you're traveling with
well, like
in close proximity. It's a pretty cool secret to just keep.
it doesn't have. It only happens when we're like extremely threatened, and as of yet, we've gone through some pretty crazy things, and I've been fine, so I haven't been too worried. But
So, like, this burnt corpse over here, is that, like, did you just molt? Or is that a totally different being that you just killed?
I don't know.
So
Can I
you,
inspect it?
yeah,
Can we
yeah, you
investigate?
can, you guys can totally investigate this thing.
Okay.
I do that.
You can go in, investigation, nature, even survival.
Can I go? Can I go investigate it?
Yeah,
We'll do sur-
everybody.
All right.
Take a
Survival.
look.
I'm gonna go over and investigate.
poggers.
Oh yeah.
Tell me what I see.
You see, it is. What you see is the. Perren has rolled to be distracted. You're following the scorch marks around you, thinking it makes some strange pattern, and you're like following some like lines of soot. But Q, you look at this and you recognize that this is some sort of monstrous creature that had that as you kind of pick at it, you kind of are able to see underneath the scorch. This had a thick armor-like shell, and it looks like it was built almost like a dinosaur.
Does it look like the lizard that was just charging at us?
Yes, it looks like that lizard got incinerated, and you would know that. And you, looking at it and looking at, like, you can see like the point of its nose. the way that thing was jumping at someone, had it landed on them, it would have dealt lethal damage.
I mean, Perren's explosion did lethal damage to 2 of us, but, you know. I'd be worried about the lizard, too. Does anybody know where this lizard is from? I guess would anybody recognize this monster?
With a 20, I will also give you that it is not. Its general animal genus, I'd say, is not unfamiliar to those massive creatures that you fought when you got here.
Oh my god.
And you remember someone mentioned that they were one of the Squidling's pets.
Were these the carry-ons?
Looks like it's not that, but it looks like it was probably came from the same place.
Gotcha. Okay. Gang, do we want to explore where this came from? Or do we want to leave? Vom?
Can we, chill for a second? Like maybe make a fire, and catch our breaths.
You want another fire?
Smaller one.
I have a spell to create bonfires.
I mean, Vom, I've got twice as much health as you do, so I mean, I'm good. But if you wanna have a fire, I'm cool with that too.
Yeah, a fire would be super dope, guys. Much appreciated.
No, I agree.
I will also point out that by this time in the day, it is getting close to the end of this kind of dusky twilight time that the aurora gives, and you're probably about 3 to 4 hours away from night, true night in the Dale.
We've not been out in true night in the Dale, have we?
You have not.
How far are we from is it East Haven?
You're about 3 hours. You would, if you left now, you would get there right around in time. You maybe would have time for a short rest and then to hightail it out, but you do run certain risks. But
I say,
you would know that.
should we do? Wait,
Let me take you back to the big map.
I say we hightail it to East Haven and then rest there.
Yeah, I think we need to book it.
Let's go.
All right. So you all hop on your
Chocobos.
your chocoboos and start heading out. As you go, are we full speed to
Yeah.
East Haven? No looking around, no doing anything. All right. So you guys are full speed, and the path, you were fortunate that there hasn't been massive, any sort of major blizzard or anything along the way, and you're able to actually find your own path back. You see the thing you would note is where some of the remains were of that elk that Vom fought. Those are all gone. But you all, you pass by the woods where Q played his reindeer games, and you approach the one of the frozen rivers on the other side of East Haven, and you can see it in the distance. So you appear to have made it out of the wilderness with no trouble at all.
Wow.
Let me just
Dang.
roll a d20 real quick. Don't worry about that. Okay. All right. So you have made it back to East Haven. Where would you like to go? You have several bars, some in taverns that you've been to and that you haven't. There's the White Lady. There's the Wet Trout.
I hit pause and I go to the quest tab.
I was pulling up my notes.
All right. What I will tell you, things you remember. Madame Moderna begged you for help finding some missing fishermen around the north side of this lake, Loch Denishir. You also saw what was it? Oh, there's that piece of missing Chardolin that disappeared off of Vom, I believe. Or they got, or no, I'm thinking something else. Oh, that was the plate, not the Chardolin. It was a plate. A plate ran out the door, but you guys found that. And that's where you got your little spirit friend. You also are still supposed to be hunting the murderer. Who...
I was gonna say, I wanted to turn to the group and ask, like, what all have we accomplished and what do we have left to do within all of our duties?
We had the 3-day limit, right? And that was how long they were going to stay
in
which
Targos.
And we have 1 or 2 days left for that.
And you are on the 2nd day.
So it could be back there tomorrow.
They will leave tomorrow.
And we didn't find out where.
No, you didn't. This is the town where you met that lovely man whose husband had gone missing, and Rinaldi turned heel on his.
No,
front
wait,
door.
that was another town. This is the town with the lake that they wanted us to go investigate the people that went missing.
Yeah, I'm saying that the town that the guy is in
Oh.
is the town that Rinaldi.
Did we solve the Arcane Brotherhood conundrum meteor site? Are we?
You would imagine that the place that you just went is the place
the
that
thing. Okay.
that Dazan told you all about.
All right.
So what specifically did Dazan request? Because I'm not giving him my chinga, my Schwinga, even though
He just wanted to see one.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, we can go find him.
Don't let him
before,
take it. Don't let him take it for testing.
What did
Well,
he want to know about the ship?
He was just he was curious what you were going to find out, because when you said you weren't of this world, he believed something not of this world crashed there, and he was just, as a scientist and an intellectual, was curious what basically was going to happen.
Okay, so we've got stuff for him.
Do we?
Yeah,
Do we want to tell him?
Well, we have stuff for him. I'm not saying we need to tell him.
Out of curiosity, so you guys having this discussion basically on the ride in, of like, what are we going to do when we get there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's fine.
that's reasonable.
Yeah, it's a long ride. There's plenty of time for you to have this conversation.
So now what? I need to make a pit stop in Bryn Shander before we head back to Targos at some point. So we got to bake that into our timeline.
Oh no, small bit.
It's on the way.
do we want to rest first and then check in with the Arcane Brotherhood, and then head to East Haven or not, Brinchander.
Isn't Arcane past Brinchander though, because it's in Targus? Or are they in Brinchander?
No, they're in East Haven.
So he told you that he was staying near East Haven, and that if you wanted to look for him, you could probably hang out around there, and he would come find you. He very specifically did not tell you where he was staying, because he seemed to have a lot of things he was doing. He said he also mentioned he was hiring other adventuring parties to help out with his studies and his different researches and stuff. So he was not trying to be tied down to one location, but he definitely said if you wanted to find him, you could go find him there.
Oh, I know how this works. So I go to the middle of the town and then I just wait for 1 hour. It shows right
And then
up.
you say Fusruda, and then he arrives.
Yeah.
Those are the magic words.
Which apparently you don't say to the Jarl in the first playthrough of Skyrim. That was a rookie mistake. I was wanted for the rest of that game. Anywho, so it is. What you do know is it is late enough that wherever you go now, unless you want to start traveling at night, you are gonna go to East Haven. And you're probably gonna stay the night.
And I think we do that.
Yeah, I think we do that.
Okay. So, you all head to East Haven. So you're there. Which of the various places would you like to go to?
We can go back to the White Lady Inn.
The White Lady Inn? Yeah, you guys had been there before. So that's not unreasonable. So you get there. And let's do a couple things. Turn on my tavern music. I love tavern music. Yeah. So you all walk into the White Lady Inn, and it is, it's pretty poppin', pretty bumpin'. It's fairly busy, and you see that same halfling, not half elf, halfling, bard, playing on the stage. And all in all, Barbarian, the proprietor, sees you all come in. Oh, it's good to see you all back. Didn't think we'd see you when we heard you went out into the wild. Congratulations. My God, you look terrible. Seeing, Vom beaten and burned to near death. Q beaten and burned to one step above near death. Rinaldi looking battered and bruised a bit. And Perren looking totally fine.
Oh, I just noticed the music. It's super quiet. What the hell's happening?
I would like to ask the innkeeper if they have a place to stay
Of course.
for all of us.
Oh, of course. What, 4 rooms?
I kind of
Two
sway my hips
two
at you.
two rooms with twin beds? 2 twin beds?
Yeah, that would work.
Are you guys small enough for twin beds?
doesn't matter. We're not gonna do much sleeping if you know what I'm saying.
Why?
No,
you
I don't
need
think
you
that-
need to sleep.
You do need to sleep.
I do.
You and Bob.
It was for the innuendo. I will be sleeping.
I need bigger than a twin bed.
I'll see what I can get for you. And he's looking like straight up at you, like, I'll see what I can find. And he kind of ushers you both to rooms. Rinaldi, the room that you actually were in, that had a kind of a full size bed and like a cot on the side, is actually, the cot is still there from when you had your near death experience. And they took you here. So they bring you and Q to that room, and there's another room that has 2 twin beds that he comes over, and this man's, probably in his late 50s, early 60s, and he kind of scooches the twin beds together, and he says, "Is this good enough for you, big guy?" Looking at you, Vom.
Wait, what?
He just took you and Perren to a room and scooched 2 twin beds together.
I just give a thumbs up, and then I just crash on him.
And then he basically looks at Perren and says, hold on. And he comes back, and he basically like tosses a straw mattress onto the floor, and he says, "Here you go."
Well, do you not? All right, thanks.
Do you want to pay for another room?
No.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right.
I kind of look up a little bit off the bed. Don't burn that mattress now.
It's okay. You're not that threatening.
All right. And with that, you all get to take a long rest, recover all your stuff.
Finally.
And how early are you guys getting up the next morning? You guys crash pretty immediately. Maybe some less immediately than others, but
I would say early-ish, so we can make the most of the day. Because it's also like kind of a trek to Bridgeshed, right?
yeah, it's 7 hours. Yeah, it's a full day journey. Actually, it's a little less than that because you have the mounts, so it's about 4.5.
Okay.
So we're getting up around 7 or so.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're up you're up in the morning. You head out. Anything in particular? Vom, any plans for breakfast?
No.
So you wake up and there is you all come down, and the kitchen actually has some pretty good smelling food coming out of it. There is a Barbarian says, "Oh, we've got some breakfast for you if you would like it. Eggs and thick elk bacon."
I think that sounds amazing. And I start scooping eggs and piling bacon onto a plate. I go to my corner and I scarf this shit down.
Damn.
What's Louis been up to?
Louis has been also taking a long rest because Louis was very sleepy. He had a really big day.
Very big day.
So as I'm scarfing this food down, as you can imagine, just scraps of food kind of flying everywhere because I'm focused on one thing and it's not being clean. But Louis is my little vacuum cleaner, so he's running around making sure that no crumb goes uneaten.
Oh, fantastic.
We don't waste in this house.
Fantastic. Love it. Anybody else have any particular morning plans, any morning, rituals or things that you would do to get yourself started in the day?
No.
Nope, we're just hitting up, getting food and on our way out. And as you would notice that, people are pretty excited about, it's a good breakfast. They didn't have this breakfast last time you guys were here. And there seems to be a little bit of talk in the town that there was some sort of commotion early this morning. Something happened in the main. Something happened in the main town square in East Haven.
When?
It seems like this morning. From what you can tell, it happened this morning, but you can't, without asking somebody directly, you don't know exactly what's happened yet.
I would like to ask someone directly.
Then let's do that.
I would like to approach a passerby.
Yes. Can I help you?
What's going on? Did somebody get hurt?
Oh, well, I'm sure many people got hurt, but justice was served this morning. There was they apprehended an evil magician. He was wandering the town, and we had learned that he was responsible for the death of at least one full adventuring party.
Do you know who this person was?
Is kind of an older-looking fellow, big hat, something about red. I think the hat was red or something. But no, they created a big bonfire this morning, burned him at the stake.
He wasn't dressed oddly by any chance, was he?
A little odd, a little strange.
Like maybe wearing summer clothes?
No, he had a big, thick scarf. I remember part of it burnt off, and one of my friends now has it. But
do we recognize that as Dazan?
yeah, you probably would. Like, this description is starting to. You're like, this sounds like your guy.
You're muted, Steve.
Oh, am I muted?
Oh, there he is.
No.
You
Oh,
said
sorry,
your
I
mouth was
said-
moving.
Oh, I said sheesh, but it was really loud, so maybe my mic didn't pick it up.
Yeah, I know. This sounds like Dazan was wandering the streets last night or early this morning and was burned at the stake.
Who decided his fate?
Oh, you're a big fella. It was the captain, Imdra Arlagath. Good stern militia captain. There, no nonsense here. People always think you're the East Haven. Oh, watch thy pouch and all of that, thinking it's some sort of Wild West. But no, it's he matched a description of someone where they'd said someone had sent an adventuring party up climbing a mountain or something like that, and Well, apparently those adventurers are dead or somehow responsible in some way, but now he must pay the toll, and pay he did.
That is so funny.
Is it?
At least you
Because it's funny because we are those adventurers and we're fine.
He sent you to climb Kelvin's cairn?
I think so. Is that where we were?
Mm-mm.
No. Never mind. Just kidding.
See,
Not funny anymore.
He sent you all out into peril as well. This man is reckless with other people's lives. At this point, there's a couple people have kind of grouped up talking to you guys about all this. You're getting a little bit of a commotion, and people kind of realizing too, like you have the look, shape, and feel of an adventuring party, and someone comes up to you and says, "Well, if you really are this, was this man not an evil wizard? No?
Oh.
Well, we don't know.
Oh. No, it's not possible. He was responsible. And you see someone else, kind of like one of the people in the back. Yeah, no, he definitely was. I heard it. I know the guy. It's a lot of this, like, oh, I know a guy who knows a guy. It's all this. No, it must be. He was responsible.
What was the captain's name?
Captain Arlagath.
Argoth?
Arlagath. Imdra Arlagath. IMDRA-ARLAGGATH.
I'll just paste that in the chat.
Yeah. Oh, I got that.
Can we go visit that guy? Because
Yeah,
he should have more answers.
he's probably still in the town square. Eventually they have to clean up the body. So, you guys headed over to the town square?
Yes.
Yeah.
All
On our
right. So
How could we not?
you settle up with the innkeeper. I don't know who's got the money, but
Can I pay with some elk meat?
yeah, he'll take that. He looks at you, says, "I am beyond impressed that you all made it out, and plus you all brought this meat. We are square. Thank you, my large friend." And so you're squared up there, and you guys head to the town square.
I'm gonna write down a little recipe real quick and hand it to him. He's like, here.
Oh, I never would have thought of using turmeric in that way. Oh, fantastic.
Can we take a real life bathroom break real quick?
Yeah, let's do that while you guys head to the place. Yeah, Elliot, I just saw your message.
Speaking of turmeric, we had turmeric coffee in Mexico one time. So good.
Sounds pretty dope.
Is that like coffee? Like, but is it still coffee beans?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What is it? I don't know what that entails. Like,
I think it was still coffee beans. I don't know. I just thought it looked good and I drank it. It was like
What?
it was like black, like smoky. It was turmeric coffee.
I'm going to grab water and a drink.
Steven,
What up?
this weekend, as we were up in the mountains, I was thinking about your potential trip to Sacramento in November, October-ish area. And I was thinking, man, it'd be hella sick if you were out here for like a week and then we'd go explore Northern California.
Ooh. What do you think about that,
Are you looking
babe?
at me?
Yeah. Look.
I gotta see what kind of PTO and flexibility I got, but that sounds sick. I would love that.
Yee.
Because Steven, you haven't been up there, have you?
No.
Is Elon rolling around back there?
Yeah, he is.
I see his little paws.
Quite literally, he's just like rolling around. He's
I know,
like,
I
"Yeah."
could tell.
And he's like, "Yeah,
Literally, you can see these white tips.
I
just
know.
like-
should do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
He's a
He'll do
cat
it
kid.
again. He will.
yeah,
He'll do it again. You can see his socks
Yeah,
and
he
you can
does
see
it
his
on his
tummy.
own time.
that's so funny.
Sometimes in the middle of the night, if you like get up to use the bathroom or something, all you can see are like these little socks approaching
No,
you.
you got to do that on screen, buddy.
So at least he has the socks. My friend Buddy, his cat is pure black, and he always lays in the middle of the hallway, and he gets really pissed off, and you like almost kick him.
Retzko likes to cut me off, and she's entirely black, so it's like.
But at least she's not an evil cat. Like his
Yeah.
cat attacks you.
Yes, yes, ma'am. I hear you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did you eat a bug? You sound a little raspy. She was in there chasing ghosts earlier.
Mm.
Come on. Yeah. Come on. Please. Come on.
Okay.
Mike, what name do you have on yours?
Hmm?
What name do you have on your jersey?
Oh,
Average Mike. Okay. You need a shark speed of one.
that's a deep cut. That's the deep cuts. Only the OGs.
Yeah, that's a really classic one.
Oh man. Maybe. All right. We good?
Headed to town square.
So you headed to the town square. And as you arrive, it looks like people are starting to leave, but it looks like there had once been a crowd that was gathering, but that's now dispersing, that were all there to watch the public execution of Dazan, the wizard, who, despite efforts to disguise himself, was recognized and arrested for the crimes that he has inflicted upon the Dale folk. He had been bound to a stake and gagged. Members of the militia used torches to light the straw tucked around his feet. Fanned by the wind, the fire caught quickly. Dazan, you would hear from passers-by, he did not struggle, nor did he scream, as he was quickly engulfed in flames. There's
He
even
didn't struggle or scream.
part of the conversations that you hear of people walking away is simply how warm the fire was while it was burning.
How close can I get to the?
You can get pretty close now. Like, it looks like, the crowd is starting to dissipate. You can get all the way up to the pyre.
I want to go up and kind of start sniffing around, because I suspect that it was the zombie instead.
You smell. Roll me perception with advantage because you're sniffing.
Damn right I am. Oh. 19.
Yeah. You smell something similar to what you smelled yesterday. burning flesh that was living flesh.
Hmm.
And your instinct is that this was not, that there is a corpse here. It looks like it was probably Dazan. And it looks like it was an alive body that was burned. Anyone else going to be doing any investigating, any looking around, talking to anybody? Or are we just taking in?
I would like
Are there-
to investigate a little bit further.
Yeah.
I would like to see if there bears any resemblance to the murders. Like, do I?
The guy who you all suspect to be the murderer, his name was Suffolk Caltro.
Okay.
You think you're trying to figure out if it might have been him?
Nope. You good? I was confused.
Now,
Wait a minute.
are there any? Can I like look at the body and see if there's like any like artifacts, necklace, ring, anything like that on his person or on his corpse?
Roll me an investigation check. I think I know where you're going with this.
Where's Indra?
You see a rather official-looking, darker-skinned half-elf, kind of directing militia people around, kind of off to the side. You would assume that's probably the person in charge. Are you going up to him?
I am, but Stephen ruled.
Oh, all right. So Steven, all right, sorry. With a 10, it's hard to see. It's hard to tell if there's anything. I mean, the flesh is entirely burned away. Some of the bones, where you're looking at hands, fingers and whatnot seem to have fallen off.
I'm looking for like a piece of jewelry from like the Arcane Brotherhood. So can I roll for advantage because I have an idea as to what I'm looking for?
Yeah, I'll let you roll. You can roll that again because you
Nice.
know what you're looking for.
There we go.
So you're digging through this pyre now. There's parts where it's hot and you're kind of like using a scarf, a bit of this and that to try and dig your way through. And there's a small bronze ring that looks dirty, beaten up, and gross. But you pull it out and you recognize it to be, it's still wrapped around. It's actually like, you touch it and it's hot. It's like, because it was around the embers. And it is basically has a little bit of finger, like basically like burned to it. But you see like there's a full finger attached to this ring, but you found it. There's bone.
Can I remove the finger and polish the ring with my cloak and try to clean it up a little bit?
Yeah, you can do that. You got a little bit of human remains, that you're
So you're
white.
gonna get dead guy on your clothes.
Yep.
Gross.
But you got a little bit of that on you now. But you now have a ring, a signet ring of the Arcane Brotherhood.
Put the ring on.
I knew it. I knew he was gonna do it. Such a good idea, because as far as everyone's concerned, you're part of the club.
All right. You got it. You're wearing it.
This wasn't even like the character that I had in mind, but I'm just like leaning into this one just grand lie.
I love it.
I think it's great. Perren said that, by the way. I don't give a shit. Perren thinks it's awesome.
Dude, when life gives you lemons, man, you just gotta
All right. So
you gotta commit identity theft.
you just yep, there it is. All right. So what are yes. So now you're going to the
Yep.
So as Q is kind of polishing off this ring, Vom, you walk over and you hear, all right, you start to go back to your business and we'll get this cleaned up. There'll be no more filth, no more danger in this town. Oh, you're large. How can I help you? Did this man wrong you as well?
What evidence did you have against him?
Well, we were approached. We had various accounts of adventuring parties, much like yourself, coming into East Haven, being approached by this man, and effectively being sent off to their dooms. And we can't have that here. Yeah. I'll be honest, my militia is strong, but for when we have exceptional need, we rely on these adventurers for our own safety and for our own help. And it is wrong to abuse them in the way that he did.
What crime did he commit?
Is sending people off on fool's errands, on dangerous suicide missions. He was not
Were
telling
they aware
them.
of that?
They were not. They did not know the dangers they were taking upon them.
Do you know what dangers they were involved in?
Well, one was ripped apart by yetis. The entire party. 2 yetis.
Aren't they, fully functioning, responsible adults that can make their own decisions?
Yes.
You bring up a good point, Perren.
And he starts to look, says, I'll be honest, I didn't expect him to have a bit of a fan club. When it came down to it, it came to be the lives of our town and our adventurers against
Were in their own hands.
against the life of this man. And he was the link related to the death of at least 15 adventurers.
Did you ask him why?
Well, we did, and he refused to answer.
Did you ask him to leave?
We did, and he said he could not leave. He had a mission greater than himself.
Did he tell you what that was?
He refused to cooperate.
I hold up my hand and I point to my ring. Are you aware that he was a member of the Arcane Brotherhood? How do you think they're gonna feel about you murdering one of our own without our say?
I'm going to let you pick. Are you trying to persuade this guy, or are you trying to intimidate this guy?
Fucking intimidate him.
Dude,
Yeah, we're gonna go with intimidation.
All right, roll intimidation with advantage.
Oh my god.
So he's a little off put, and you see his grip around his sword tightens a little bit. You hear the leather kind of crunching underneath his grip. He says, "Look, all I can say is our laws are our laws, and he found himself on the wrong side of them and was not helping his case."
Is that a law accessible to everybody in writing?
Are you a lawyer?
No, but I am studious.
Well, you can come to the town hall and take a look at them and discuss them with our scholars at any point in which you so choose. However, he did not have much on his person, but we did confiscate some of his effects. And if you are truly in association with him, I will leave them on your behalf.
I would appreciate that.
And let's roll on this little list. D100. 10. Oh no, that's not that. Definitely not that. Super duper not that thing. Whoa, what?
Whoa.
All right, he hands you a scroll.
Okay.
It is a scroll. And 2 vials that you would recognize to be 2 potions of healing.
Cool.
Those could have come in handy, come to think of it, but
Don't let Perren hold on to them, because then they'll just burn next time.
I'm sorry, it was one time.
I have a question. Did you come out naked, or is your clothes okay?
Yeah, he's
I
totally
came out
fine.
fine. Yeah, totally fine.
Yep, he's totally
I
fine.
think.
Yep.
So you got magic clothes?
Very durable clothes from where I'm from.
Mm.
My mom made them. She's
Alright.
also a mistress of illusion, so for all you know, I've been naked this whole time, and I've just been concealed with illusionary clothing.
It's very
Are we done
possible.
talking to the guy?
He reaches in and he hands you these things. He says, "All right, is there anything else I can do for you?" I will say, if you are looking, you all look like adventuring sorts. If you are looking for work, we do have some missing persons that we could use some help with. But
They turn to him like, if we die doing that, do you get sentenced to death too?
well, we would put you under contract. Be under contract with the town.
But you get to decide who goes on official quests, and other people do not.
These are the laws. Yes.
Does
Not much
sound
for the
very
free
just.
market. Not much for the free market in East Haven. Sounds like.
I want you to make a perception check real quick for me, Q.
This isn't a capitalist society. Hey, can you roll perception?
You just uncovered a socialist plot, dude.
The Arcane Brotherhood is actually just
So he's say that and he says, "Sir, I don't think you quite realize where you are. This is East Haven. You understand what the motto is in this town? Do you understand what it's like?
It is the Eastern Bloc.
Our motto is watch thy pouch." And as he says that, you all kind of instinctively kind of do that like little like, you know, phone wallet keys. And Q, you go phone wallet keys and you're missing your wallet. Your money's gone. All of it.
Boy, weren't you carrying all our money?
Still have all my money. That's still in my character sheet.
You gonna make me do this?
No,
Oh.
no.
Can I not check since I don't have any money on me?
Yeah, you don't check. You noticeably don't check.
I see this elephant standing there, not moving his arms, just sitting, and everyone else is like, he's just in the middle. It's like,
Yep. Somewhere
I mean,
in this
I don't-
commotion, somebody has picked your pocket, Q.
I also have
and
like
nicked
a
your money
giant
pouch.
trench coat over me that they would have to like crawl under to get to.
Being that I am from the area, would I have noticed anybody who was real close to him?
You can roll me perception. Mm-mm. You have rolled to disbelieve.
Can I, as a druid, can I like activate my druid powers to see like a path of people like in Assassin's Creed?
You want Assassin's
That-
Creed?
that I can then follow and find who picked my pocket. Just throwing
There
it
was
out
a
there.
there was a large crowd, and the crowd is dissipating. And
If everybody's blue, is there like one golden guy that's like kind of highlighted?
I mean, there's one guy wearing a yellow hat.
The man in the yellow hat?
I go up to him and I try to pick his pocket.
Do it. Roll me a sleight of hand. So you've abandoned this conversation with the. This man turns around. Sir, what are you doing? He is like an old man. Like, he's tall, skinny. What are you doing, sir?
I just do one of these, like, just like stretching, like nothing.
He like has a cane. He like kind of pops you on the head. Bad boy. Much more respect for our elders back in my day. Grumbles along as he starts walking or like walking away.
Guys, I have no money.
How certain are you that it was this guy? Not at all.
Not
but,
certain at all.
I have a disguise kit, which hopefully includes like the glasses with the mustache. And I have thieves' tools, so I probably could have actually pickpocketed that guy,
You should do it.
but I only want to risk it if I think there's a biscuit. I'm not trying
This
to
is
just
not
be a
the
dick.
time to be thinking about food.
He's an old guy, so like he's got to have money. He's a boomer.
We shouldn't really try to find your wallet. We should just steal from enough people to equal the value of your wallet.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of whether or not that guy took my wallet, I was just gonna take his money because somebody took mine. So.
Yeah. If anyone catches you, you should just tell them that you're just making sure everyone's following the law. of
Are you
washing their
guys
pockets.
just discussing this openly?
No.
Yeah.
No, we're just kind of
It's like
We're
So,
yeah,
with-
it's
with-
like
with- with
we
me-
think we're being really secretive. We're like kind of in a huddle,
Is-
right? And we're kind of.
I think he's asking, is
doing some of
Vom-
those.
Is
Do
Vaughn
I hear
there?
this?
Yeah, man, we
no,
trust you.
no.
Yep. Yep. Turn to you guys.
What do you think, bud?
You will not be stealing strangers' money.
Rinaldi, he's an agent of the Lord.
Well, so here's the
Hey.
deal, man. We need to survive. And I hear what you're saying from a morality standpoint. But this is also how I haven't like died on the streets since childhood. So like in theory I get you, but like in practicality, I'd rather not die of starvation or anything.
Is that guy still there?
I mean, he's moving slowly. He's probably down the street a small ways.
I run after him and I just ask him if there's like a bookstore in town that he would recommend.
You think he wants to talk to you?
I turn to Rinaldi and I'm like, I open my trench coat and there's, potatoes and carrots and beets. And then I look at my chocobo and there's a bunch of frozen venison there. It's like, I promise you, friend, we will not go hungry.
Did you just say hungry?
Hungry.
Hungry?
I heard hungry.
We're gonna come back to this conversation between Vom and Rinaldi as Q is talking to this guy about a bookstore. He looks to you, Q, and he says, "Oh yes, there's the because you're asking the old man this, not the guard, right?"
No, I was gonna ask the guard.
Oh, you asked the guard? Oh no, so the guard. The guard. Oh yes, there's the.
Well, whoever would know, honestly.
There's Barnaby's East Haven paper shop. It's all stationery and literary needs generally served there.
Is that close by?
It's just down the street, about 2 blocks over.
I look over and make sure that they're still chatting,
Yeah.
and I just go to the bookstore.
Cool. So you go over there. Rinaldi and Vom. So you guys are talking. Vom, actually, Rinaldi, you notice he's done this thing kind of with the trench coat a few times, and you're used to kind of what's in there. There's the pot. There's, he's got kind of a sack and something. Like what else do you have in there? This is all your stuff, right, Vom?
Yeah.
So what you got all the potatoes on one side, spices and things.
Spatulas, yeah. I got a spice rack hidden in my coat.
Where are your weapons?
I like to think my shield is constantly there, and then I have my warhammer kind of dangling off my other arm, so it's kind of always there attached. But
okay, that Charlatan spear.
It was on my back, yeah.
Yeah. And what about the arrowhead from that?
I don't know.
That was somewhere in a pocket somewhere.
Nope, it was on the tip. I never did anything with it.
It was just on the tip. Rinaldi, you notice that you're kind of taking on. The spear is gone.
Is gone.
The spear is gone.
I felt like some sort of energy when I picked it up last, didn't I?
Yeah, it did not feel good. It made you sick.
You had the axe. You held the axe.
You held the axe, yes.
Different.
And nobody has the axe, right? The axe is also.
It was on my back too. And you say that, and then I check my back. It's no one would really see the axe. They could see the spear.
Yeah. So the axe, you feel for it. It's not, you panic for a moment. It's not in the same spot. It looks like someone tried to grab it and it didn't move quite the right way, but it's still on you, but you didn't even notice it. You didn't notice anything happen, but it is definitely not in the angle, where you would normally grab that handle.
Yeah.
But it's there. But that spear is gone. So while that happens, Q, you arrive at the bookstore. Oh, hold on. Perren, what are you doing while this is all happening? You
vibing.
Vibing?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm not at the bookstore. I'm just sort of watching everything happen.
All right.
I've had a lot in my head recently, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
So I'm kind of thinking we need to get out of East Haven before all of our stuff is stolen at this point. Yeah.
Yep.
Because we are not on top of it.
As you look around, Q is nowhere to be found. So we now pan over to Q walking in. Ding ding. Oh, hello. And there's a small gnome sitting on a stack of books. Oh, hello. How can I help you, sir?
Oh, me? I am just looking for, a few books, anything related to the Arcane Brotherhood and the history of the Arcane Brotherhood and magic.
The Arcane Brotherhood. Oh, looking for some real, conspiracy type stuff. Very interesting. Oh,
Yeah.
well, I'll see what I can find. Yes, you don't really have a lot of people coming in for that. Usually it's, trashy novels and the such.
Oh, not me. I love a good read.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Well, hold on. And he starts to kind of like, he hops down, he scurries over to a couple, into like a back room with like some like more shelves. And you look around and you see, there is everything in here from, just reams of paper and, quills and ink and things like that and stationery, to some like really old tomes, leather bound and sealed and buckled and locked, to paper bound, hot nights in Tarmalane, and starry lovers in the Forgotten Realms, and this like real like you're just like, it's kind of trashy stuff. And he comes back and he says, "I don't have a whole lot in terms of just like specifically Arcane Brotherhood, but I do know that there is this book," and he pulls out this thing, is an ancient guide to Luskan. I know, and he starts to flip through it. It said somewhere in here that the Arcane Brotherhood, I think their whole shtick starts there. They operate out of the Host Tower in Luskan. There's a mercantile company and a wizard's guild. They seem to be very involved in all the. He's like very involved in trade north of. Oh well, yeah. Yes, yeah, they're pretty involved in the northern parts of the region. It's rare that they would get some sort of involved up in here, though. Not really a whole lot up here.
Did you hear about the murder or not the murder, the execution that just took place this morning?
Oh yeah, the big wizard fella.
I heard that he was part of the Arcane Brotherhood.
You don't say. Oh, that's very interesting. Wonder what he would be doing. Wonder what he'd be doing up here. We haven't had much. I mean, I don't know why them wizards and intellectual folks would be so interested in what, like knucklebone trout and snow. Maybe they're trying to figure out the whole fact it ain't been not but winter here in 2 years. That'd be that. Now there's a magical problem. That's pretty good. Wonder why.
Me too.
So you want this book?
Yeah. How much is it?
I'll give it to you for 8 silver.
Let's see. I pull out my pockets and then I said, oh no! Somebody must have stolen my wallet.
Oh, East Haven. Oh, you must be new in town. See, and he reaches like into the front of his pants and pulls out a comically large bag of money, and he's like, "This is where I hold mine."
I'll keep that in mind. Well, sir, I don't have any gold. I can check with my friends. Hopefully, they haven't had the same misfortune as me. But I mean, is there anything else that I could do for the book?
Oh, You look like you might be the adventuring type. Well,
I don't say this out loud, but in my head I'm just like, oh, here we go.
well, you see. Hold on. I gotta figure out exactly what this guy knows. Well, you see. Oh yeah. I have to say, I have a friend, not really a friend, an acquaintance. He's a bit of an eccentric fellow. I believe he's in Bryn Shander these days. He's... I don't really know how to say it other than just what it is. He's another gnome, like myself. His name is Copper Knobberknocker. And good fellow. But he is... well, I'll let you meet him. If you could... I have a delivery for him. He's been working on something. I'm not entirely sure what's really going on with it. But I have a delivery for him, and I'll be honest, I'm entirely late on it. If you bring this over to him, I'll give you this book for free.
Done.
Oh, fantastic. I was going to have to drive over there myself to get a sled dogs, and you know I'm not very good with the sled dogs.
We're actually on our way there today, so it's on our way. No big deal.
Well, Serendipity's my name, and knock me over. And he goes over and he pulls out this huge book, like he's dragging it, and it's like this big. And he's like, "All right, here you go." I don't know what he needs this for, but he said he's doing it for some sort of research on this whole winter thing, now that you got mentioned. Well, good luck with that. And a pleasure doing business.
Thank you. But before I go, where could I find him?
Last I heard, he was staying in the... he was staying at the House of the Morning Lord. Which is a little curious, because I'm pretty sure that one... I'll let you sort it out. Yes, he was staying with one of the clerics there.
Sweet, yeah. I'll deliver it, and I appreciate the book.
Lovely. Take care, and if you ever need any more literary needs, come back to Barnaby's.
I'll tell all my friends.
Oh. And he hops back up onto his pile of books and opens up something, and you notice there's a lot of big, colorful pictures on this book. He's just like flipping through.
Can I roll a perception check to see if this is a naughty book that he's looking at?
You note it. You don't even have to roll a perception check, because as you're like going out the door and you kind of do that little double take, you see him. He's like his rosy cheeks are a little rosier, and you see him pick it up and goes, "Oh!" And the front of the book is like classic. It just says like XXX, and then it just says big women.
You turns to the camera and says, "Well, I guess there's more than just money in his pants." Laugh track. Everybody just.
I'm done. I'm going home.
Anyways, I meet up with everybody else, carrying my big book and my little book.
All right. So you get back. So you all... Q's been gone for probably 15, 20 minutes. And I'm assuming you guys are just wandering the streets looking for him?
Oh, I was banking on them still arguing about morality and stuff.
Well, is that going to be what has happened?
I'm gonna wait around for him to come back.
All right. So they argued for a little bit, and then they basically sat down and waited for you to come back. And you all see Q just humming along the street holding 2 books.
What's up?
What you got there?
Books.
About what?
I don't know. You guys ready to go?
I'm not even gonna press.
All right. It is
Okay.
probably about 9-ish after everything's all said and done. You know, you had a relatively early start, but it got a little bit sidetracked. But you all are, if you're ready to roll, you are off on your chookaboos and heading out to Bryn Shander. So let me just grab this over here. Anything in particular you guys are doing while you're traveling? Oh, fantastic.
I'm reading my book.
You're reading a book. I will give you a bunch of stuff that you learned from your book later. But you you are researching your role,
We love it.
which is just fantastic.
It is truly fantastic.
And you all are heading around, doing your things. Where on earth is it? And it's all in all, it's a relatively uneventful, it's an uneventful ride to Bryn Shander. You know, it's cold. You know, you can see, just as you're getting there, you can see the beginnings of the sun starting to crest over the mountains, and the light is actually real light, unlike the kind of darkened and colored sounds of the sights of the aurora that typically lights the sky every night. And you arrive in Bryn Shander in the middle of the afternoon. And where are we going now that we have arrived back in Rinaldi's old home? Or Rinaldi's current home.
Where are we pit stopping here for how long? What's the thinking, guys? Because we're trying to get to Targos, right? So we have to
we
be
don't
there.
we don't need to be here, right? We can just keep going to Targos.
Wait, we're in Bryn Shander?
Yes,
Yes.
you are.
Yeah, I gotta make a delivery, guys.
And I have to make a visit to the Temple of the Morning Lord.
It sounds like we might have some aligned situations here then.
Does Rinaldi have anything to do here?
I'll go with somebody who needs to run errands.
Also, can we pull up Bryn Shander on the map?
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I forgot that we were still on East Haven.
Worst DM ever. I mean,
You're gonna be sorry.
Dude, Aaron's game, they keep saying DM sucks. It's like a whole joke. Man. This joke isn't as funny to you as it is.
Does the DM ever not suck? You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. Mike,
so,
you're an amazing DM.
Where are we? Where?
So you are coming in through the east gate.
Okay.
And you would know from talking about what your plans are, Perren, you've made it very clear you need to go to the House of the Morning Lord. And Rinaldi knows exactly where it is. She knows this town like the back of her hand. So she can direct you exactly where you need to go.
Where is your person staying?
I believe they are also at the House of the Morning Lord.
Well, then let's make our way over there.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
Follow me.
And you
And we all ride a rainbow.
it's like a rainbow, but the moment you guys are back in Bryn Shander and you're like, we don't know where to go, and Rinaldi's like, I know exactly how to get there. The path is totally not like main roads. She's taking you through like back alleys, and like the whole way she's waving to like the baker along the way who's like in the back door, like, oh hey Rinaldi, great to see you again.
Is
Like-
the baker Kermit the Frog?
Yeah, it is.
Sweet.
But you guys are seeing Rinaldi has lots of friends in the back alleys of Bryn Shander. And next thing you know, you effectively pop out in a way that you don't even understand how you got there. And you're standing in front of this old... It's an old building that looks like it's been recently updone. You know, it's got a fresh coat of paint. It's got some new holy symbols painted on it. And has a sign that says House of the Morning Lord. So head in.
Heading in.
Is it
Yeah.
something we can just walk into?
Yeah, you go in and the door is open and you see there is a let me just check one thing. So there is a large golden sun symbol right when you walk in, like straight ahead of you. There's some small pew-like benches on either side, and some doors going out to different small rooms. And it is the door kind of creaks as you walk in. A person, an older woman, comes in. Oh, hello, oh, hello, adventurers. Hello, my name is Mishan. I am a priest of Aminator, the Morning Lord. It's lovely to see. What brings you under this lovely sun?
I am looking for Hopscotch McGee. What's his name?
His name.
Hobber Nobber Rocker.
Hobber.
Are you looking for Copper? Copper Knocker? Copper?
That's the man.
Copper, you have guests. All right, I'll be there in a second. You hear his voice kind of echoing down a hallway. And you see a small, even by gnome standpoint, it's small, 2.5 feet tall. Wrinkle-faced gnome with with wearing a full body brown furry suit. Goes over the head. He's got a small gray mustache that kind of it's thin, but it kind of whoop. And so he's holding a mop that is like 3 times as tall as he is. All right, what's going on there? You see the old guests? I was mopping out the latrines. She looks and she gestures. Copper, these are our guests. You know the Morning Lord would not... He goes, you don't talk to me about the Morning Lord. You're not even talking about the right one. And the two of them start bickering about who the Morning Lord is. They're going back and forth. You don't even know who he is. Lathander ain't no Aminator, ain't no rebirth, ain't no none of that. So they're going back and forth on the... You can tell this is an argument that's been had countless times.
Yeah, I got a delivery for you. And I take out my big book. This is from the owner of
Barnaby.
Barnaby.
Oh, Barnaby actually finally came through. About time. Well, that's just lovely. Well, Miss Shawn, I have to say I am going to have to take my break now. We need to... I have things to take care of. Little bit of work gotta go do. And he grabs the book and he is... I got it. I'm gonna end this winter, I guarantee it. It'll be over. Just take no time at all. Just gotta fix it up. And he starts kind of dragging the book away. And that's it. From the back, you all kind of notice there's even... He must have, like, tufts of hair. Of, like, thick, curly hair. Because the little, like, brown hood of his brown wool suit pops up on either side of his head. And you become very aware he looks like a walking teddy bear.
Anyone gonna say anything about that, or?
No. So, as he drags his book away, with barely much of a thank you, Michonne looks to you all and says, I apologize for Copper. He's a little curmudgeon-y at times. But, you know, the light of Aminator will find its way through him. He seems very incensed about this Lathander business, but that is not the true light. But he'll see it in time. Alas, you're adventurers. What can I do to help you? Is there any services? I know it's been a while since I've been out on the trek myself, but I do remember it fondly.
So, what exactly do you do here? Like, as a group, not you personally. I'm just curious what happens here at this temple.
Well, I rebuilt this and really refurbished this whole temple to be a temple to the true Morning Lord, Aminator. And I am here to spread his sun and bring his rightful place back in the sky over Icewind Dale. I truly believe that through this devotion and understanding of his power and rebirth, it will bring the sun back to the Dale.
What does your god's, like, what's his power? Is he just...
He is the god of
omniscient?
he is the god of the sun. He is the god of light and love and rebirth. He is what all things come from and end to. He is the cycle.
Are there other priests here?
It is just me at this time. Copper was a little confused when he got here. He thought he was going to be an acolyte of Lathander, but Lathander is not but a usurper, a different Morning Lord. His followers call him the Morning Lord, but they all know that is no lord.
Okay. Well, I was given a tip to check this place out because I had a question about a bit of a scar.
Oh, you need healing?
Yes.
Oh, what can I do? I have.
Well, I don't know. I think I could use assistance. I don't really know what I need.
Well, sure.
So-
Let's. These seem like your friends. I don't think there's any. Why don't we? Let me take a look at the wound.
If it's okay, I don't really want anyone to see except for maybe Vom. Anyone has to. But Vom has healed me before in his own way. So I feel like he's kind of accustomed to this.
You say that, and she kind of looks. Interesting. Well, to each their own, and all the blessings to you.
I just don't want to rip off. I just don't want to take off my clothes in front of everyone. If you know what I mean. It's just a little weird.
And she looks to Rinaldi and is like, I don't want to make you uncomfortable, for sure. And I guess, and then she looks to Q. I guess you all can wait here.
Of course, that's completely fine.
Oh,
We'll
yes,
hang
ma'am.
out here.
Oh, well, lovely. And she opens the door to a small room and gestures for Perren and Vom to walk in.
Cool. Vom doesn't have to. Vom, do you want to come in?
Of course.
Cool.
Yeah, Vom, you have to duck to get in and go sideways. Like you like scooch your way into this room. You are cramped.
Gotcha.
You are cramped.
Gotcha.
I hate to do it, but I'm going to deafen Q and
All right.
Rinaldi
Is there
here.
another room?
Yeah, fuck you guys.
So let's bye. See, they can at least talk to themselves though.
Well, you just server muted Q and Renault. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Also, I forget who it is that told me to come here, but it was that healer shaman lady.
Yes, it was Madame Moderna.
Yeah.
Madam,
Yeah.
Madame Moderna mentioned that you might be able to get some better healing.
Yeah. So, yeah, go ahead.
No, and she directed you to come here.
Yeah. So we was that in East Haven?
Yes, that was in East Haven.
Yeah. So we were just in East Haven and went through quite the series of events. I don't really want to talk about fighting inside a spaceship squid, but unrelated to that. I was informed that there would be, some better investigation or healing for a particularly strange injury that I acquired before coming here to Icewind Dale.
Oh.
And it just looks like a scar on my chest. And Vom can attest to me also blowing up into a ball of fire earlier today, and I don't know if they're related. But I wanted you to check this out and give me your little diagnosis and hopefully solve my problem.
So, have you taken your shirt off now? And like you're showing. So as you explain us, and as you take off the shirt, the scar is gone.
Great. Okay. Can she investigate anyways? Can I just point her to where it was?
You start to point her to where it was, and then what on earth are you trying to show them?
Ronald, get the fuck out. Wait a minute. Dude, just let me handle my own business. Please leave.
If you insist.
Thanks.
And so you kind of gesture to where it was, and she looks and starts kind of prodding. She says, You're very warm to the touch. And she kind of like runs her hand like across like your chest and like, it's like, my God, you're burning up in the center. It's very, very unusual.
Feel okay.
You sure? And she like feels your forehead. And she like feels like your chest. She's like, I mean, so he exploded. It like in flames? looking at Vom.
Yeah. It hurt. Quite a bit.
Oh my god. Are you okay? All right. Fair enough. So you say there was a scar, and now there's not, and now. Well, why don't you lay down for me? She like gestures to like a bench, and you like lay down, and you can see you start saying a prayer, and it's kind of like running her hands over you, and she gets to the middle, and you have a very uncomfortable feeling.
Okay.
And I need to check one. Sorry, I just need to check one thing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep. So you have you get this sick feeling to your stomach as her hands go over your stomach, and you turn and you just boot. Like you just like turn like right to the side. And it actually burns into the floor.
Good.
And she like backs and she just like backs up. She says, "My boy, there is something within you."
I just turn around and leave.
You're out.
He's out. He's so done. Oh no. Okay.
Let's just do this real quick. And
great.
So as she walks, I'm sorry about your friend, but there is something within you. It is very troubling, I must say.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, because I had the worst attack on Cholt, and a lump in my chest, and a scar, and discomfort. And I was
there was a lump under the scar.
I mean, it was noticeable.
Well, I'm no expert, but it sounds like something may actually not just be. You might not just have a disease. You may have something actually growing within you.
You know how I can get rid of it?
Perhaps if you had gotten here before, and she like runs her hand over your chest again, like just like not magically, but like it's like there is no lump. There is nothing for me to remove. I don't know if it is where it is anymore.
Great.
It seems to have somehow adapted itself to you. And you just hear in the back of your mind, exactly as I told you.
Okay.
We are in this together.
Ronald, you're not from my family's ancestry, are you?
I don't know.
Great. You're not a lot of help, Ronald, for someone who seems to have so much influence and/or.
Well, I know that this one is very frustrated in her job, and that she doesn't like the gnome.
That's fine, but I don't really care about the gnome. I just want to make sure that I don't have a little monster going inside my chest. Are you a little monster in my chest?
I'm not a monster. Unless you want me to be. I'm here for you, and I'll help
Great.
you.
Great. Awesome. All right, Ronald. Well, listen. We can talk about this later. I gotta think though, and don't listen in, okay?
Lovely. Tell the woman not to use that magic on me again. I didn't like it.
So wait, you are there. Literally there.
And so in that moment, you feel from right where the scar was a pressure. And you see the scar reappears for a moment. And a flaming hand literally comes out of your chest
Does she see this?
and waves and
At
retracts
me?
back in. Yeah. And retracts back in. And she
Of fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she passes out.
Great. All right, Ronald. Well,
I'm
you
not-
made the nice lady pass out. So let's pick her up and take her back outside and sit her somewhere nice. So her friends don't come into this room thinking that we killed her.
So you all hear a scream and a thud. And then next thing you know, Perren is walking out shirtless, carrying the priest.
She passed out. I didn't do anything. And I'm serious, I didn't do anything. So she's,
What did you do?
I did not do anything. She passed out. while
Doesn't look that
inspecting.
way.
No, she passed out. I mean, she's PTFO. I honestly didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Bomb saw me throw up.
Is that true, Vom?
Yeah, that's when I noped out of there.
Okay.
Don't fucking vomit.
Vomit.
Vom.
I hate you guys.
Sorry, I just couldn't help it.
So I was gonna sit her up somewhere so someone could come help her, and then I was gonna put on my clothes because it's cold outside, and we can go now.
We're just gonna leave her and then go.
I'm called
Let's do
Copper.
it.
Yeah, like, do you want somebody to maybe like look after her if you?
She's not
definitely
dead.
didn't
She's
do
just
anything.
asleep. Like she's just
Oh,
you know,
she's asleep. She's not passed
Well,
out.
like unconscious
Okay,
in
so
in a temple.
like she probably should be looked after then.
I mean, probably, but she's in a temple of her lord. She's being looked after.
Okay, I would like to holler for Copper.
Oh, right, give me a second. You hear a clattering of like a bucket falls over, and you hear a splash of water, and oh god damn, no, hold on. And then you see the little teddy bear shape kind of with soft little feet.
It's you.
All right, what's going on? What in the blazes happened? Put your shirt on, boy. What happened? What happened to her? What did y'all not do? I'm gone for 10 minutes.
Perren, you have anything you want to
So he
I didn't do anything.
he walks
I lay
up.
down on a table, and I threw up, and she scanned her hand over me, and passed out.
So he walks up and he kind of like gives like one of these, like a little. Wake up! Come on. She starts to kind of come to, and he says, all right, won't you? And he like hops up on a stool, and like starts staring at Perren really long. So she just ran on a hand over you.
Yep.
And said, "Oh, time to pass out." And then she was just gone.
I don't think she said that. That would make no sense to say. Like when you pass out, like as a human or a half elf, you pass out. Like I don't know what you do.
What do you mean? What do I do? And he kind of rubs his hands together, and you see a little glow. He goes, let's check you out, boy. And he starts to like do the same thing, and his eyes go wide, and he goes, "Oh, you've got something wrong with you."
My mom says I'm just okay.
Well, I'm sure your mom says that, but what does its mom say?
Nothing.
That's what I thought.
Who'd you just call it?
You want to tell him, or should I?
I don't know anything. I came here for help, and your lady passed out before she could say anything.
Well, I don't know any details, but it sounds like your friend here has some sort of, something inside him. Think a tapeworm, but worse, and magical. And symbiotic.
Symbiotic. Not parasitic.
Potentially. It's unclear at this point. I don't know actually what it is. It could be parasitic, it could be symbiotic. Do you feel unwell? Do you feel weak?
I feel fine, but I blew up this, yesterday, so...
Yeah, but you look fine. I've seen many other people blow up. They don't look nearly as good as you.
Okay. Can I go? Can I go anywhere else, or is this sort of the be all end all of knowledge over here?
You have a hard time finding more.
Cool.
Maybe you need some sort of special arcane knowledge, but... Nope.
That's great, because we have someone from the Arcane Brotherhood in our midst.
Oh, why are you here? Ask them. They know all that stuff, don't you? He looks at you, Q.
It might be in those books that you were reading earlier.
It might be. I don't think I have anything yet, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you haven't seen anything yet that would fall into this category. This is very foreign to you.
All right. Well, we can go now.
Well, hey, hold on.
Before you go, you guys look like some adventurers.
Well, he says it when Q basically says he doesn't know anything. He says, "Oh, well, you might have had some of the information in front of you. Maybe not. I don't know. What I do know is." And you see, like, Mishan, the priest, is still, like, she's, like, fanning herself in the corner, and she is not, like, speaking yet, but she is awake. And he kind of lowers his voice so she can't hear, and he says, "Look, I believe that there is something to this, this winter that can be, taken care of. So I've been doing a bit of research with a friend. He's probably one of the smartest people I know. He's another inventor, a tinkerer. Really good in this arcane stuff. His name is Macredius.
Where is this Macredius?
He's been living in a temple, or sorry, not a temple, a cabin in the north of. Let me double check exactly where it is, because I don't want to give you the wrong location. It is up north of Lonelywood, past Tourmaline. Just on the other side of those those woods. I've only visited him once up there, but he asked me to do a little research for him. That's what this big book was for. But he is quite a bit of a not a wizard, but he's a wizard with his knowledge of some of these arcane things. I have no guarantees that he knows anything about your dilemma. But you seem like the type of people that might be willing to, if not help him with his work, you might at least be interested. I'd feel remiss to not mention it.
Great. Well, I appreciate it.
Just head up there and look for the black cabin.
Where the hell is it on the map?
Let me put it's like there.
Oh dear. Okay. Great.
You are
How
muted.
long have we spent
Vom.
here?
Where is it? The purple thing on the mountain?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
How long have we spent here?
You've been there about an hour and change. Hour or so.
So it's like midday.
Yep, it's still midday.
Do we have any more questions for Copper Knocker?
Any questions for Copper? Mishan looks like she's starting to come to if you wanted to ask her anything. Otherwise, we can... I know we've been going for...
Yeah, I'd be down to like end with us like heading to. I assume we probably want to go to Targos.
Yeah, I think the next step is to go to Targos, right?
Well, you would know like those red lines on the map that you can see are pre-established roads. So, there is a situation you can take the road to Targos, handle your stuff there, and then start a trek north.
Yeah, I'm just saying for the evening, like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mark.
I mean, I would like to go to Targos right now and just say we're there for end of session, but also knowing there might be some bullshit along the way, so I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's why I was asking, because like we could just.
That's very
fast
kind of you.
travel and say we're in Targos, but I don't think we're allowed to do that because Mike has things to happen.
Yeah, for the sake of clarity, if you all want to leave right now, it's midday. It's the brightest, easiest time to travel in Icewind Dale. Y'all can, and with Rinaldi helping, skirt you guys through to the other side of the city, you hop on your chocoboos, and we will end with you all on the outskirts of Targos.
Hog.
We did it, guys.
We did.
I did not think we would get back in 3 days.
We did it.
We got a lot accomplished too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a guy burned at the stakes that we might have been able to save.
I can't believe they burnt him at the stake for this.
I'm pretty pissed off about the guys.
Yeah.
Bomb's pretty pissed off about
What
that.
the hell?
Dude, guys, it's okay because I think my character just got a whole lot more interesting.